As MTN, you've been on a road for a while. When I say on a road, I mean a path. We
Yeah.
called it Ambition 2025,
Yep.
and I always tell people that it's quite fascinating that you guys have five listed entities:
Yeah.
the group, Ghana, Nigeria, Rwanda, and Uganda, and you see Ambition 2025 across,
Yeah.
uh, but we are in 2025.
Yeah, that's right.
And part of the curiosity now is what happens beyond 2025. What's driving your strategy now? Based on what we've just spoken about now,
Yeah.
that you're considering the macro, you're considering supply chains, you're considering your various growth drivers. You're almost at 300 million,
Yeah.
customers,
Getting there.
right? How are you thinking about life beyond Ambition 2025?
Yeah, look, I mean, we're always thinking near term, mid term, long term as we do our strategic planning and thinking about how we allocate capital. I think the thing that drives us first is this passion for the African continent
Yeah,
and our fundamental belief that part of Africa's growth and the realization of its potential is the power of digital solutions. I mean, our framing and vision is driving, delivering digital solutions for Africa's progress.
yeah,
So we're partnering the markets we're operating for progress. And progress is measured on many dimensions, and many of them kind of socioeconomic dimensions, better lives for people. We serve the customer we serve on average, we are earning $2 of revenue per month.
yeah,
When I meet global CEOs in the developed world, they're talking $50, $80.
yeah.
So, we see that our people have desires for better lives and the digital infrastructure and digital solutions. So when we step back and we look next 5 years is the demand for data and fintech services, we see a structural growth trend still to come. I often tell the story that when I first joined the Nigeria board, in 2017, I saw the average usage per customer was 500 MB. Today, it's 14 gigabytes.
Wow.
That's in 7 years. So there's this surge of demand as people, use the internet for their own kind of productivity, their own lifestyles. This demand is, we're not even halfway there
Yeah.
in rolling out the infrastructure for that. And then on the fintech services, similarly, there are many Africans who don't yet have access to decent financial services. So we're driving a financial inclusion approach to our fintech strategy. So these are the two engines that we see that will be structured for the next 5 years. And we're arranging ourselves around what we call the three platforms.
Yeah.
Connectivity, how do people use connectivity operations? How do you access the internet, whether you're a consumer or you're a business, and so forth? How are you consuming, services at home?
Yeah.
So that's all comes under the connectivity pillar. Then obviously fintech, and we have an ambition, to try and include as many people as we can. We're not trying to be a big bank. We're not trying to be a universal bank. We look at fintech with the lens of financial inclusion.
Yeah.
The people who don't have access are the customers we seek. And then digital infrastructure for us is super important because these data workloads that over time are going to grow 4x in the next 3-4 years, 4x. There's infrastructure that it needs, fiber,
Yeah.
data centers,
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah.
So those are the three pillars: connectivity, fintech, digital infrastructure. So that's how we see the business evolving in the next 5 years, and that's how we think about beyond 2025. And in the connectivity pillar, two big things that we're driving: accelerating owning the home.
Yeah.
We think workloads will move ultimately more to the home,
Yeah.
and making our products much more kind of digital native. We still have a lot of customers who are not yet using data capable devices. You just spoke about our customer base, almost 300 million. Probably just 50% of them are using data every day. So we have 150 million people who are still stuck in the voice era
Yeah.
that we want to push through by offering digital. So Yeah, so those are some of the components, and then obviously AI. I mean, we're all talking about AI as a foundational technology that's going to transform the way we think and live and work and so forth. So these are the things that we're beginning to think about, and then saying, do we have the right resources? Do we have the right people? Do we have the right skills? Do we have the right capital? And deploying for the next 5 years towards 2030. It's an exciting journey ahead, I must say to you, Ndio.
No, I can imagine. And what I'm curious about is, as we look towards 2030,
Yeah.
right, how do you mark yourself on the previous five?
Look, I mean, I think we've done reasonably well. Huh?
Okay.
And I think we're hard on ourselves at MTN. I don't think anyone at MTN says, I've done well. You know, the other day, the chairman was saying to me, guys, you got a good set of results, but I can promise you, you guys are not going to have a party because you're going to be thinking, oh, well, what did we not do well, even though the results are, are pretty strong. I think we've done, pretty well around making, delivering the internet to more Africans. Talk about, you know, um, active data users. More and more people are using the internet, working with, third parties to get handsets across into our markets. More people use the internet. Good progress there.
Yeah.
I think the area where I think we could have probably done a little bit better is really around, building the fintech ecosystem much faster. I mean, we've made good progress, but I would have liked us to be a little bit further down the road. But Serene and team will get us there, no doubt. And so we'll keep pushing. And, when you develop these strategies, it's not a hard stop. And you also, whilst you're executing or dealing with the issues that we spoke about earlier, Mudio, which is the environment is changing.
Yeah.
The time we set Ambition 2025, we're just getting out of COVID. And then obviously the global macro has changed quite substantially. So I think we've done pretty well, to be honest with you. But as I said at MTN, nobody's ever happy.
As a CEO, right,
Yeah.
how do you cut out the noise? And when I say cut out the noise, I mean, we spoke at the beginning and you made comments about, some of the thinking that you almost have to piece together when you're running an organization like this. But in the face of a strategy like an Ambition 25, or now, looking to a 2030, right? Because there's things that will be happening in the moment, but you're still saying, no, guys, we need to go there,
No
right?
fun.
How do you keep your North Star when there's so much that will be maybe, I don't know if I can call them distractions,
Yeah.
because, I mean, you're in 16 countries, there's a lot that, can potentially derail.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I'm an engineer, so I kind of try and think about sometimes as physics is very helpful to think about the world we operate in.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking about what is noise and what is signal.
Okay.
So I'm looking for signal as a CEO. Signal is this thing is real and it's important. So that's one framing of kind of thinking about things. What's signal, what's noise? And obviously, you yourself can't pick up all the things that are signal and noise, and therefore you rely on your team and people, you rely on your boards to guide you that that's a distraction. That, it sounds like an issue, but it's not really an issue.
Yeah.
And often that comes through experience. You have experienced hands who can just look at something and say, that's unimportant. I mean, one of the discussions we're having more, and we're borrowing from others who've said this before, so we're not being very original here, but you also have to think about what are one-way door decisions and two-way door decisions.
Okay.
The one-way door decisions, you make a decision and you can't come out of it. Two-way door decisions, you go in, you make a mistake, you come out, you can go in, come out as many times.
Okay. Okay.
Two-way door decisions, it's not noise, but it's not consequential.
Okay.
The one-way door decision is...
That's where the stakes are high.
Yeah. So as CEO, beyond the other stuff we spoke about, is I think you need to have the kind of mental aptitude to say what's signal, what's noise, what's a one-way door decision,
Yeah.
what's a two-way door decision.
Yeah.
Don't spend too much of your time on the noise. I mean, noise affects the environment, so if it's affecting the environment, you got to clear it out.
Yeah.
But, allocate and focus your resources on signal. And then on the one-way door decision, often what you have to do as a CEO is you have to slow people down. everyone wants to go quickly.
Yeah.
But if you make a mistake on a one-way door decision,
There's
you're
no way
gone.
out. Okay.
You can't come back.
Yeah.
And so actually you have to almost be the guy slowing people down on the one-way
Yeah.
until you really thought this thing 360. And then on the two-way door decision, try and delegate as much as possible. Just like leave your team, empower them to make, because it's important to get progress,
Yes.
but it's not life-threatening or life-changing or transformation or taking you off course, this North Star you've spoken about. So, yeah, so you just have to have all of these radar screens going on. And I've never flown a plane, but I think every CEO feels that they're the pilot in a Airbus A380.
Yeah.